Hey guys, it's Dr. Daniel Sugai. I'm a board certified dermatologist here in Seattle, Washington. Thank you to Roche-Posay for partnering with me on this video, and thank you for having me on your new channel. I'm so glad Roche-Posay has started their own YouTube channel, and I was supporting this from the get-go because they have so many great skincare products backed by science, great studies. They have awesome physicians and scientists that work with them, collaborate with them on all these new ingredients, these new products that have helped so many of my patients, my friends and family, and even myself. So I'm very happy to see Roche-Posay have a YouTube channel to not just highlight their studies and their great products, but also to pump out great information, incredible information, and debunk myths, which today we're gonna do. We're gonna debunk some myths, and that's one of my favorite topics online. If you know me, you know that I love to debunk myths because there's so much medical misinformation out there. And when I first started social media 4 years ago, I realized, wow, there's a lot of viral content being consumed by the public, and the creator is actually a non-professional. He's not a physician, a pharmacist, a nurse. I have always been proud to be online to give good, credible information that's backed by at least one research paper, clinical study, even clinical experience. You know, since graduating from residency nearly a decade ago, I picked up a lot of clinical experience, and I can see what works, what doesn't work, and sometimes the studies aren't real life situations. And even I will say, hey, that paper that's becoming very popular and highlighted by the media actually does not replicate real life situations. So I like to bring that to the table, and I'm really glad Roche-Posay has worked with dermatologists like myself in collaboration and getting good information out there. And today we're gonna go through a nice list of myths that pertain to the wintertime. It's a fun time, but the skin sometimes can pay, and we'll be talking a lot about dry skin. So let's jump into it. So I got my list here. First one is using a humidifier makes skin drier in the winter. I have not heard this myth, but humidifiers add moisture into the internal environment indoors. And they've actually shown in studies that having low humidity indoors can actually worsen your dry skin. It can deplete the epidermis or top layer of skin, especially the stratum corneum, which is the top layer of the epidermis, of hydration. It can deplete of hydration and actually cause dry skin. I've actually seen patients who have suffered from eczema and atopic dermatitis during the winter time, especially with the heaters on. It really draws out all the moisture in your skin. And so having a humidifier can try to add that hydrating mist into the air and increase the humidity levels indoors, and that might help with the skin. Whereas outdoors, high humidity actually can cause flares in your eczema or atopic dermatitis, especially in the elbows and behind the knees. So I'd say it's different indoors and outdoors, but in general, humidifier can help during the winter time. Next, I can use the same moisturizer all year round. Now this is a nuanced answer here because it depends on where you are in the country. My home state of Hawaii, the seasons don't change, right? It's perfect, the weather all year round pretty much. And so you can stick with one moisturizer during that time, whether it's a lotion or a cream or an ointment. Probably not an ointment, it can get pretty hot and humid there, but a nice lightweight lotion, say, in a hot, humid area like Hawaii. Here in Seattle though, we have seasons, and as we go from summer to fall to winter time, we may want to transition from a lightweight moisturizer like a lotion in the summertime to something more thick and nourishing in the winter as our skin gets drier. And it depends on the person as well. If you have eczema or atopic dermatitis, you might want to stick with a thicker moisturizer with good hydrating and skin conditioning moisturizing ingredients. I do recommend Roche-Posay's Lipicar Balm AP Plus quite a bit to my patients. This is great for kids and adults. I like that Roche-Posay has studies that show that this is a great supplement to my patients with eczema who are on systemic medications like say dupilumab or oral JAK inhibitors. They do actually better with this as a supplemental moisturizer, using this 1 to 2 times a day, than say other moisturizers. And so I do like that they are backed by evidence, and they do put in the resources into studies to show the efficacy and the why. Why do we recommend these products, right? Why do you go to the store and pick this up for your loved one or for yourself? Okay, moving along, we're having lots of fun here. In winter, it's recommended to exfoliate every day to remove dead skin cells. And yes, exfoliation can remove dead skin cells, but do we need exfoliation that often. If we needed to exfoliate that frequently, we'd probably have bristles on our fingertips, guys. I always tell patients that we don't need to go full ham, go all out on exfoliating, because really our skin's smart. It's gonna remove dead skin cells and have that natural cycle, that cell turnover on its own, and we don't have to necessarily help it along with strong exfoliants, physical exfoliants. Chemical exfoliants I'm more accepting than physical brushes or bristles or beaded cleansers. But chemical exfoliants, whether you do a chemical peel with me or if you have one at home, I would not do that every day. I would say 1 to 2 to 3 times a week at most. And you don't want to increase that frequency any time of the year, especially in the wintertime when your skin is very dry and sensitive. Mine gets like that, and I would not recommend it. Next, oils are not suitable for acne-prone skin in wintertime. Oils, there are lots of different oils. Essential oils I don't really care for because they can cause a lot of irritant contact dermatitis or allergic contact dermatitis. But there are people who love those K-beauty oils, those rose hip oils, like sunflower seed oil in my moisturizers because it's very hydrating and moisturizing. I would not recommend coconut oil on the face because it can be comedogenic on the face, although I find my patients do like it for the body. But if you're having active acne, definitely see your dermatologist first before going with that trending oil that you saw online or on TikTok, because you can really clog up your pores. You can really trap your pores. Next, I can wear thicker makeup in winter to protect myself from the cold. All right, thicker makeup in the wintertime. I'd say all year round. I'd say any time of the year, don't go with thick makeup, because thick makeup, you're gonna have to do more cleansing, more aggressive cleansing. You're gonna be stripping your skin of its natural oils and damaging the skin barrier. Yes, there are double cleansing methods you could do with micellar water or oil-based cleanser and then a water-based cleanser, but you're gonna be really working in putting more elbow grease to remove thicker makeup. And thicker makeup, you can clog up your pores more readily, similar to slugging or another thick moisturizer. If you put too much of a good thing on, you can run into trapping in dead skin cells, keratin, leading to whiteheads, blackheads, or even the dreaded milia, which is those little pearly white cysts trapped under the skin, and they can be real stubborn. Even retinoids may not be enough to extract or resolve milia. So try to avoid that as much as possible. Next one, wind is good for the skin. It tones it. Now guys, wind is interesting because wind isn't very good for you, especially from a skin cancer standpoint. So a lot of people don't know this, that wind can actually increase your risk of skin cancer by decreasing our skin's natural ability to protect ourselves from the sun. Whether through physical exfoliation, is wind hitting your skin, your epidermis, and sloughing it of its natural barrier, and it's causing an impaired skin barrier, leading your skin to be more susceptible to UV radiation. One hypothesis, plus it also dries your skin out, and your skin, your epidermis gets very dried, shriveled, and even lead to cracking, and that's an impaired skin barrier as well. Sunscreen may not be enough to protect you from UV radiation if it's a windy day. So you want to avoid windy situations, but if you're caught in a windy situation, wear long sleeves, gloves, windbreaker, sunglasses, protect yourself as much as possible in addition to sunscreen. When I was in Mexico this past summer, man, I was playing golf and my face got so wrecked playing outside with the wind, the sand hitting my face. It was just tearing out my epidermis pretty much. And when I was done, my face felt raw, my lips were chapped and fissured. And so I had to put a lot of petrolatum on my lips. I had to get a lot of moisturizer on my face to recover. And so wind is a tricky thing. It does not help tone your skin, even though it exfoliates it. All right, now last but not least, you have to remove retinol from your skincare routine in the wintertime. I think this is a really important myth because a lot of my patients bring this up. They say, hey, it's summertime, I should stop my retinol, right? Or is wintertime, we should stop retinol. No, don't stop your retinol any time of the year if you're able to tolerate it, because in the beginning you will get dryness, irritation, and it will remind you of being in wintertime, really, because I get like that. But once you get past that 3-week mark of trying to get used to the retinol, using that pea-sized amount to your entire face, you should be staying with your retinol if you're able to tolerate it, because skincare is not a sprint, it's a marathon approach. So you want to stay with that active and not take breaks as much as possible. Unless you are pregnant, then you have to take a break from retinol. Sorry moms, but you have to take a break. So in wintertime, yes, our skin gets drier, more sensitive, and you might want to take a break from your retinol if you have visible redness and irritation. But we can try to avoid running into trouble during the wintertime with our retinol. Different strategies would be always moisturizing after your retinol, but you might want to incorporate the sandwich method during the wintertime. Moisturize before and after your pea-sized amount of retinol to your entire face. Making sure you're only applying a pea-sized amount of retinol to your entire face, because if you apply more than that, you're gonna run into trouble with irritation. Other thing you could do if you're on prescription retinoids, say tretinoin, you might wanna alternate that with your retinol and use more retinol, which is less potent than the prescription retinoid, and back off on your prescription retinoid just during the winter time. But I would not stop on that beautiful vitamin A ingredient, because you want to work on fine lines and wrinkles, keeping your pores clean, working on hyperpigmentation. So I'd say whether it's summertime or wintertime, you want to stay with your active ingredients like retinol as much as possible. But if you do have visible irritation, then stop, take a break, consult your dermatologist on how to proceed. All right guys, so hope this video was helpful. Please share with your friends. And check out the other videos on La Roche-Posay's channel, their YouTube channel. I'm really looking forward to seeing all the content they produce on this YouTube channel, because I love the way they're going. I love their mission, really intermingles with my mission. I'm creating a social media course for healthcare professionals so that they can join the fun online in creating good content, credible content, and try to dilute out the pollution of misinformation out there. Okay guys, so hope you're all well. Have a nice winter and holidays. Take care and peace.